Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Chaos. So I've just been on a bit of a purge. I found that had too much visual clutter in my office space, and it was starting to affect my thinking. It's really had a lack of clarity. I'm still working through that, you can probably tell. So I decided that I would be a lot more ruthless than I have been in the past. And I just looked at everything in my drawers, in my space, and just started looking at everything in terms of, do I need this? Have I used this? Is it helping me? If it's not, it's a distraction. It's taking up mental space, and I'm having to look for things when I could have everything exactly where I can just feel for it, grab it. But not doing that has meant that my thinking has been really chaotic. And that's coming through my speech and my ideas. But I just want to make this video so you can see what the effects of having too much stuff. And this also extends to busyness as well. We have a tendency to think of busyness as this thing to look up to. Oh, how are you doing today? Oh, I'm so busy. We think of it as such a positive, but if you step back and you really think about, well, what are you doing with your time? And is that valuable? Is it getting you to where you want to be? Are you happy with the way you spend your time? Because the last day or so, I've found that there are possibly a lot of things that I'm doing that are not really a good use of time. But until I stop to think about what they are and how much I'm spending on each thing, it's not really clear to me. So something that I haven't been able to do for a little while is stop and think. I've been just all go. So now I'm starting to come back to spending just a minimum of 2 or 3 minutes every morning where it's just me. So this could be meditation, it could just be sitting quietly or letting my thoughts run. And it really helps because it sets the tone for the day. And then through that, I've been able to get clearer on what I need to do. And in this case, is what I need to not do and what I need to reduce. So in my thinking, in my actions, and my possessions as well. Just have so many objects that are in my eye line or in the space that kind of distract, and it's like a little mental tax I feel is holding me back a bit. I don't think I'm going to go extreme minimalism, like as in get rid of all the non-essentials, because I do think there is space for like having inspiring pictures or little notes that you can look at that give you prompts. For me, that's really useful. So I'm not going to go like completely blank desk with just the computer, but I am going to cut back on a lot of the stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff I inherited from the person whose desk I took over, And I thought, oh yeah, this is all useful, and it could be useful. But I've been here a year and a half, and most of it I haven't even used. So yeah, I think there's value in decluttering, um, and that also goes to your desktop as well, like your computer, um, your apps, your files. Like, is everything organized? Because essentially, we're always moving towards entropy, moving towards chaos, and if you don't take time regularly to keep that in check, then that starts to infect your mind, and takes away clarity, focus. Like you just start drifting again, which is something I have such a tendency to do. Have these big ideas, big things I want to do in my life, but I'm finding that um, by not keeping things in check, um, I get pulled in a million directions, not really knowing or not really taking the time to think which of these is important, which ones should I spend the most time on, like the Pareto principle, like what is the 20% that is giving me the most value, and then can I flip that around? Can I push that up in percentage? So I encourage you, if you're finding that you have lack of clarity, or um, you're not you're not heading in the direction you want to be, I think first try stepping back. Take some time to have silence. Um, Whatever works for you. Just even a couple of minutes, like me. Like I'm not doing 45 minutes or an hour of meditation every day, as much as I think that could be really useful for me. Practically right now, where I am in my life, even 2 or 3 minutes makes a big difference. And then adding in a bit of um, time to think about what I'm grateful for, that kind of helps me stabilize. So I'd encourage you to try that first, um, and then take some time to have a look around you. Um, what possessions do you really need? Can you get rid of them, give them away, throw them away, recycle, sell them? Um, but I think it's important to be quite ruthless about it, um, because I've had a tendency in the past to decide what I want to get rid of, put it on a shelf somewhere, and then never deal with it. So it's still there. It's just been moved. So I think if you take the time to go through this process, just give it to someone if it's useful, um, or sell it if that's going to be a quick sale. Recycle it, throw it away, whatever it takes. Just get it out of your space, get it out your house, your office, um, and then have a look at your digital spaces. What are you cluttering up with? Um, and take an inventory on your time. If you need to, write a time journal. Like at work, we have a system where we do a log, that says roughly what we did throughout the day. So starting from the morning, um, working through, to the end of the day, and then you can look back at that, um, adjust it if anything wasn't how you planned it. So you use it to plan your day, and then you edit it, if anything changed. And then you take a little bit of time to reflect on, okay, well, this was my plan for the day. Why did I change it a little bit? And was that a good thing, neutral, or was it a bad thing? Um, and I think you'll find by seeing where you spend your time, you'll start to realize how things add up. Like I used to spend a lot of time like logging into lots of different sites to check things and check my emails and all this. And I found that when I added up the time, I was spending a few hours every week just like following other people's ideas that didn't particularly benefit me. Just spending time deleting emails, filtering through what I thought was important, doing status checks and things like that. And it doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, occasionally you'll have an important email, sure, but like maybe set that for like the end of the day when you've already done the important things, so you get the important things done first. I realized that my thinking hasn't been the clearest in this video, um, which is funny because this is all about chaos. But I hope that by describing what I'm going through, you get a bit of insight into into what might be happening with you and some things that you can try um, to help your situation. Um, if things are going smoothly for you, then just bear in mind that like gradually over time things do tend to head towards chaos. So having systems to check in with that, make sure you're on the path you want to be, I think that is really important. So I would love to hear from you. What kind of challenges are you going through? Is there anything that you have questions about? Have you tried any of the things that I've discussed? Let's have a chat in the comments. It would be great to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.